Hey guys, welcome back to another Marvel Champions gameplay video. I'm Earth Twister, and I am so glad to be back. It has been so long since I've had the opportunity to sit down, play a game of Marvel Champions, and just record. But fortunately, I was able to finally get my hands on Civil War, and I did pick up Synthesoid Smackdown, but I'm looking at trying to play through Civil War a little bit. So right now, I have got Hulkling, and I built him in a Justice deck. I've played him a little bit. I played against Iron Man a little bit in Standard, but this time we're taking him in Expert, and we're just going to see how it goes. So this is a current environment deck. I have not put it on Marvel CDB just because I just kind of threw the deck together just to get down to the table and play. But the idea is to just kind of play events. I want to get events out as much as possible, build up Hulkling just a little bit as much as I can, and Iron Man, we'll see how he does. We'll see how he does in Expert. Also, you may notice that a few things are different on my channel. So I have my face cam back, and it's great. It's a new camera that I got, and I also have a new card camera. So I've been trying to work with that, playing with it a little bit to try and get things looking good. So keep me updated in the comments if you like what you see. I am trying to make things better, so feel free to let me know. So we're going to shuffle this up. Although it says setup in competitive mode, the enemy team finds the choosing side scheme and your team reveals it. In cooperative mode, find the chosen leader's side scheme and reveal it. So technically, I guess I'm in cooperative mode. So we just need to locate Iron Man's side scheme. And I don't think it's really that bad. It does give an extra encounter card. That is kind of rough. So now we're going to shuffle up the encounter deck. This says when defeated, the enemy team searches the encounter deck and discard pile for an Iron Man attachment, and your team reveals it. Okay. Oh, something else that's different too is I've moved across Texas, about 3 hours away, and I've got a new job, so things are kind of keeping me busy there. So I don't know how often I'll be able to upload videos, but we've got a house, and hopefully the recordings sound a little bit better. Things look different in the area, but it's also part of the reason why I've not been able to record and upload in a while, is because we got real busy with trying to move, pack everything up, and it's just been kind of crazy hectic. So there is that. Both the decks are shuffled up. We've got Iron Man, and he says, set up, the enemy team searches the encounter deck for an Iron Man attachment, and your team reveals it. I think I just search for an attachment, and I can reveal it. Let's see, we got the life model decoy. And that just gives him stalwart. That would be easy to deal with. But it has to be an Iron Man attachment. So the arc reactor, he gains retaliate 1. And he gets a tough status card. Mark 5 armor. So this is the easiest thing to get rid of, I think. Otherwise, he gets aerial and +1 attack. So yeah, we'll do the Mark 5 armor. I'm okay with him kind of having like an extra bit of tough. I don't know. So he starts with Mark 5 armor. So we'll go ahead and attach that there. And that says when Iron Man would take any amount of damage, place it here instead. Then if there's at least 5 damage here, discard this card. All right, so that is the setup complete. Comes in with 0 threat, and this comes in with 3. There we go. So we want to make sure and try to deal with this threat as soon as possible. Otherwise, we're going to be in trouble getting extra encounter cards. So I'm going to give this just a brief little shuffle up here. We'll draw to my hand size of 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so we've got Altman Residence, which is going to be helpful. Impersonation would give me a way to flip back down, but I don't think I really want to do that right now. Waylay. That could be good, but it's kind of expensive for now, and I don't need to remove threat from multiple schemes. So we'll keep Armored Shape and Altman Residence. And then we'll draw 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we got 2 allies and 2 upgrades and a support. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my action to search my deck and discard pile for a Hulkling upgrade and add it to my hand. And I'm not really looking for anything in particular because I already got the one that I want to have right away. So we'll just grab the imitation shape. And let's see how this plays out. So I think I'm going to use Misty Knight to pay for Altman Residence. And then this is Exhaust. And I can heal and shuffle a Hulkling card back from my discard pile into my deck. Okay. And then we'll use Hulk shape to pay for Wiccan. After I play Wiccan from my hand, search my deck and discard pile for an identity-specific event and add it to my hand. I always love... I think I'm ready for impersonation. Like Shapeshifter Strike. I don't think we'll be able to play that yet, which is okay. And then I'll go ahead and flip up here. Then I'll use Imitation Shape to play Armored Shape. Gives me +1, +2, and Retaliate 1. And it gives me the ability to heal. Then I'm going to exhaust a Thwart 1 off of Stark Tower. And Wiccan will exhaust a Thwart 2. So that defeats that side scheme, which does mean that we search for an attachment. Deck and discard pile. And add it to Iron Man, which is unfortunate. Powered Gauntlets, he gains ranged. So that means the Retaliate 1 would be gone. Rocket Boots, he gains aerial and +1. That may be what we go with here. Otherwise... Mark 5 helmet, he gets a tough status card, but then he also gains stalwart. I don't want him to have stalwart or retaliate 1. I think honestly, we'll deal with the rocket boots. I know that's extra damage, but we can kind of deal with it. We've got a lot of hit points. At least right now we do. All right, so that is that. And he would have a consequential on him. And I'll go ahead and ready and draw up. This also needs a exhaust token. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. So the threat will go up by 1 and 1 only. Then Iron Man will attack for 3 plus a boost. I think I'm going to take this one. So 3. And then he's going to get a tough. I think though, so the tough goes on. Put that there. But, so he did 3 damage to me, so I go from 13 down to 10. I survive the attack, so I retaliate, and I believe that goes on the tough before it goes on the armor. Because he wouldn't take damage because of the tough. That's right. Okay. Now we get our encounter card. He's going to attack me again. This time, I think I will go ahead and defend. So I'll defend for 3. He'll attack for 2, 3, just 3. So I take no damage there. And he'll take 1 on his armor from my retaliate. That's not bad. That's not bad. And we can heal some of that damage too. I think we'll use Winged Shape for Justice. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. And we'll pay for Daredevil. And he'll come in. We'll go ahead and have him thwart this off. Deals a damage to an enemy, because that's the response there. He'll take a consequential. Now the question is, do I stay up? Or since he's scheming for 3 plus a boost, do I go down? I think I'm okay where I am. I haven't played any events, so I haven't been able to trigger this. But I think we'll be okay. So we'll go ahead and flip and draw 2, 3, 4, 5 to assess the situations. That's interesting. All right, so threat will go back up by 1. Iron Man will attack again for 3 plus a boost. I'll defend again, so if I'm defending for 3, 3, 4, 5, I'll take 2. He'll take 1. And then we get an encounter card. Drafted. Attached minion gets plus 2 hit points and gains the Avenger trait. In competitive mode, the enemy team attaches drafted to a minion engaged with you. Engage with them and that minion engages you. Otherwise, discard cards from the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Reveal that minion and attach drafted to it. So we discard cards until we get a minion, so we get Bullseye. Reveal that minion, so when he's revealed, the enemy team discards an attachment from my leader. Otherwise, discard an upgrade I control. That means I have to discard my armored shape. That's not good. Okay. All right. I believe that was the encounter card. So he now has 5 hit points and he's a Thunderbolt Avenger. Let's see. I don't have enough resources to get Nick Fury down. Okay. 3, 4 for Nick Fury. After he comes in, he's going to allow me to draw 3 cards. 2, 3. That's actually pretty good. And he'll come in. Excuse me. He'll go ahead and deal 2 damage here to Bullseye, taking a consequential himself. And then Daredevil will thwart the scheme, taking a consequential, and we'll go ahead and have him deal the damage over here. I'm going to use Shapeshifter. So search my deck and discard pile for a Shapeshift upgrade and add it to my hand. I'm going to get back my Armored Shape. And then I'll use for Justice and 3 steps ahead to pay for the Armored Shape. Wiccan will attack here, dealing the 5th point of damage. That clears the Mark 5 armor. That also clears Wiccan. But that gives me a little... Well, no, because then he'll scheme too. I guess Nick Fury can take a hit for us. Yeah, we'll stay up again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. It's gonna be interesting. So threat's gonna go up by 1. Iron Man will attack for 3 plus a boost. I'm gonna use Quake to pay for armor defense, and I will defend for 3. Iron Man will take 3 points of damage, and then he'll deal 3, 4 to me. I take 1, and he takes another 1 for my retaliate. Although I wouldn't have taken any damage because I would have had a tough status card, but that tough status falls off. Okay, Bullseye attacks. Nick Fury will defend. Take no damage there. And then we get an encounter card. Discard the top 4 cards in my deck, and for each printed energy or wild resource, discard this way, deal damage to your hero. Physical. Ooh, there's 2. So it's just 2, so I take 2 points of damage. I did have an event here, so I can trigger this. So I would have healed 2, so then now I will take 2, so I won't go anywhere with my health. Okay. I'm going to have Daredevil thwart the last off here and deal damage to Bullseye. That does get rid of Daredevil. And then I'm going to use Genius to pay for the Shapeshifter Strike. I'm going to deal 5 damage to Iron Man, taking him down to 7. And then I get to ready my upgrade and then trigger it because that was an event. And I get to heal 2 damage from myself. Okay. I think I'm going to stay up again. We'll draw up to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is where things get dangerous. Iron Man's going to attack for 3 plus a boost. I'll defend for 3. 3, and then this gets revealed. So 4, so I take a damage. He takes a damage from Retaliate. Bullseye attacks for 2. And takes a damage from Retaliate. He's almost gone. Encounter card. Hang up. So Iron Man's going to attack for 2, 3, 4. Just 4. And then Bullseye attacks for 2. So that takes me down to 2. And I retaliate, which defeats Bullseye. Whew. Okay, that was incredibly, ridiculously close. So he has rocket boots, so he's aerial and ranged. He wouldn't have taken that damage, that retaliate, from either of those. So he's up at 8. I think what's going to be helpful here is we use these 3 for Sonic Rifle. Comes in with 2 charge counters. We'll go ahead and bring 1 to confuse Iron Man. He's not steady or stalwart, so he's confused. And then I'll go ahead and flip down. I'm going to heal 2 with Altman Residence. And shuffle a Hulkling card from my discard pile back to my deck. honestly, I want that to be Shapeshifter. Okay. And then I'm going to search my deck and discard pile for a Shapeshifter upgrade and add it to my hand. Really doesn't matter. We'll grab Wing Shape. Don't have enough resources to play down Alien Physiology, so we'll save it. And then we'll draw up to 5. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Threat goes up by 1. Iron Man would scheme, but he's confused. We get an encounter card. When revealed, each minion activates against the player it's engaged with. Otherwise, the enemy leader activates against you. Do not give it a boost card for this activation. So he's going to scheme. He's going to scheme for 1, 2, 3, because he gets +1 scheme for each tech attachment on him. So he just schemes for 3, putting this up at 5, which is scary close to popping. All right, so now on my turn, I'm going to grab another Shapeshifter upgrade with my action. And then I'm going to use Imitation Shape and Sonic Rifle to play Alien Physiology. And then I will use Altman Residence to heal 2 and allow me to shuffle a Hulkling card back into my deck. So we'll use that to shuffle in a double resource. Always nice to have those on hand. No, well, I do have events. Okay. I'm going to heal also for 4, bringing me back up to 10. And then I'll flip up. I will use Alien Physiology to play Shapeshifter Strike. So I get to deal 5 damage to an enemy and ready my upgrade. I don't need to ready it, but I can trigger it to heal 2 more damage from myself. So I'm back up almost to full health. That gets discarded. And then we'll use Wing Shape as 2 resources to pay for Under Surveillance. Hopefully keep that from popping this next turn. So it's going to give me 4 more threat. It goes up to 11, so it's 6 extra threat before it pops. And for good measure, we'll go ahead and confuse Iron Man. Make sure it doesn't pop. All right, and we'll draw back up to 5. Leaving 1 card there. We get Yellow Jacket, Shapeshifter, Armored Defense, Impersonation, and Imitation Shape. Ready everything up. Threat goes up by 1. Iron Man will attack for 4 plus a boost. He does have ranged. What I will do, I'm going to use Yellow Jacket to pay for Armored Defense. So when he attacks, I'm going to deal 3 damage to him. And I get a tough status card. He'll take... Wow, that was at 6. So he'll take 3 damage, which flips him. So this is an interrupt, so I believe this happens first. That flips him to this. So I get an encounter card. And he won't be taking any more damage this phase. But he's still confused. And then now he's coming at me for 5 plus a boost. 5, 6. I defended for 1, 2, 3. And he's actually at 20 hit points. So he knocks my tough back off. All right, we get an extra encounter card. First one, Hellcat. She comes in with Quick Strike, so she's going to hit me for 2. And then I get stunned. And then we get Iron Man attacking me again for 5 plus a boost. 5, 6, 7, taking me down to 3. Wow, he hits hard. Okay. Need to be able to flip down. He is confused. Shapeshifter is going to grab me a shapeshift upgrade. That is an event, so I get to heal 2. Then Alien Physiology is going to generate 2 resources for impersonation to remove 4 threat from a scheme. That did not remove the last threat from the scheme, so I can't just flip down to Alter Ego. Do I want to get Wing Shape in? Or no, we might just hold on to these. I think it's safe enough to flip down. And we'll go ahead. We'll hold on to the 2 that I have in hand. This is so scary. I will go ahead and shuffle or heal for 2. And then we'll shuffle this back into my deck so that I can deal with some threat. And then we'll ready and draw 1, 2, 3, 4. Shuffle this up. 5. Sonic Rifle, Impersonation, and Wiccan. Okay. Threat goes up by 1. Do apologize for the congestion and the sound of my voice. I have been kind of dealing with some allergies and stuff lately. All right. So threat's gone up. Iron Man will scheme, but he's confused. Hellcat will scheme for 1. Putting this up at 4. Where's 4? There we go. And then we get 2 encounter cards. US Agent. I take a damage. And he has Retaliate 1 and Toughness. And then Mighty Avengers. Resolve the when revealed ability of each minion in play. So I take 1, 2, 3 damage. Dang. All right, then. I'll heal 2. Heal 4. And flip up. Actually, before we flip up, I'm just going to go ahead and grab another shapeshift upgrade. Hulk shape. Okay. Then I will flip up. We'll use Alien Physiology to pay for Wiccan. I had to search my deck and discard pile for an identity-specific event and add it to my hand. It'd be a waste of Shapeshifter Strike. You grab an Armored Defense. That's not an attack, so the stun wouldn't block it. And I could remove Threat, but I already have that in my hand. I think we'll hold on to that. So Wiccan is in play. We'll use Hulk Shape to pay for Impersonation to remove 4 threat from the scheme. I would be able to flip back down to Alter Ego, but I don't want to. That is an event, so I can trigger this to heal 2, bringing me back up to 11. Wiccan can either thwart 2 or attack for 1. I will then use Wing Shape and Imitation Shape to pay for another Sonic Rifle. Comes in with 2 counters. And I'll go ahead and confuse Iron Man again. Wiccan will just ping off the tough. No, I need him to help defend. Yeah, I'll have him help defend. And that's down to 1. So then we'll drop 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll ready. All right, Iron Man. Okay, so threat goes up by 1. Iron Man will attack for 5 plus a boost. Wiccan's going to defend this. 5, 6, 7. Thank you, Wiccan. And then US Agent will attack. I'll take the 2. And then I'm going to use Sting Operation to pay for Armor Defense. As Hellcat attacks, this is an interrupt. So I will do 3 damage to her. And she won't be able to get her attack off because she'll just be gone. And I will get to heal 2 from Alien Physiology. And I think... Well... Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Now... we get an encounter card. Mark 5 helmet. So he gets a tough status card. And gains stalwart. Means he's no longer confused. I'm going to attack to clear my stun. Alien Physiology will pay for Shapeshifter Strike. That's useless, kind of. Or we'll use it to pay for Impersonation. We'll remove the last of this threat and flip down to Alter Ego. We'll use the Altman Residence to heal 2 and shuffle Armored Defense back into my deck. And I'll go ahead and grab that, a Shapeshift upgrade. So Impersonation allowed me to flip down to Alter Ego. I don't think I just flipped up. So I flip down to Alter Ego, allowing me to do some stuff in Alter Ego, and then I'll be able to flip back up to hero form. With the ability to get Yellow Jacket on the table now. Having an ally will be helpful. So we will flip up 3 resources to pay for Yellow Jacket. Just search the top 5 cards of my deck for an upgrade and add it to my hand. No upgrades. Yellow Jacket will go ahead and swing at Iron Man for 2 to knock off the tough. He takes 2 consequential. Already. Draw up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Threat goes up by 1. Iron Man attacks for 6 plus a boost. Yellow Jacket will defend 6. Place 1 threat on the main. Yellow Jacket's defeated. Bullseye will attack for 2. I'll go ahead and let him hit me for 2. My retaliate will ping off his tough. Encounter card. Life model decoy. So I think this would basically go on Iron Man regardless of regardless. He's going to prevent any amount of damage he takes. I have 1 thwart. I'd love to use Waylay. I think what we do, I'm going to assess the situation and then use these 2 to pay for sting operation. So I'm assessing the situation twice, which means my hand size is now 7. I'm going to flip down to Alter Ego. Heal for 2. And shuffle the striker back in. And draw up to 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Threat goes up by 1. Iron Man schemes for 1, 2, 3, 4 plus a boost. 4. And I'm confused. This goes up to 7, which normally would have made it pop. U.S. agent schemes for 1. Sting operation is going to trigger here. After non-elite minion schemes, discard sting operation. Discard that minion. Easy peasy. Didn't even have to deal with retaliate. And now we get an encounter card. Place 1 threat on the main scheme for each minion in play. Otherwise, this card gains surge. There are no minions, so it gains surge into the 50 state initiative. Comes in with 4 threat because it hinders 1. When defeated, shuffle each Avenger minion in the encounter discard pile into the encounter deck. Okay, that's not too bad. And I am confused, which is unfortunate. Okay. that shouldn't be exhausted. I'm going to go ahead and trigger it to shuffle in a card. We'll want impersonation. Then I'll go ahead and grab wing shape. I don't need to heal, so I'll flip up. Okay, 3 steps ahead is actually going to be helpful here. Okay, first of all, I'm going to thwart to remove my confused. Then wild, energy, wild, energy, mental, and physical are going to pay for 3 steps ahead. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. So for each different resource I have, I choose a scheme and remove 2 threat from it. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we get each Avenger minion in the encounter discard pile and shuffle them back into the encounter deck. Thunderbolt. There we go. That is that. Do I? No, I probably don't want to play Waylay. What I will do is I'll use Shapeshifter to find wing shape and add it back to my hand. And I will use wing shape to pay for justice to remove the last of the threat. And then we'll hold on to these cards. We'll ready and draw up to 5. Okay. Threat goes up by 1. Iron Man attacks for 3, 4, 5 plus a boost. I'll defend for 1, 2, 3. And I will go ahead and use Waylay to pay for armored defense. 3, 4, 5. So I deal 3 damage to him. Life model decoy falls off. And he does 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I take 4 points of damage. Down to 9. And then counter card. Place 2 threat on each scheme. If Murray Hill is in play, this card gains surge. This goes up to 3. All right, that's not bad. I am doing a lot better this time around than I thought I was going to do. All right, so now this is kind of fun. I'm going to use Genius to pay for Shapeshifter Strike. I'll deal 5 damage to Iron Man. Then, because I played an event, I get to trigger my Armored Shape. Heals me 2. Then I'm going to use Alien Physiology, which generates 2 resources instead, or generates a 1 wild resource, but 2 instead if I'm playing a Hulkling card, which I am going to. It's another Shapeshifter Strike. So he'll take another 5 damage. I'll get to ready my thing and trigger it again, bringing me up to full health. I'm a little nervous about the scheme popping. I would like to flip down, even though I don't need healing. I would flip down to be able to get my another upgrade, help pay for things, but I think we're okay. So go ahead and ready and draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Threat goes up by 1 still, which is kind of crazy to me. I have not been paying attention to the forced interrupt there. I don't know how many treacheries I've revealed. So, one last turn. I think it's probably safe to say it popped. So we'll go ahead and we'll just say that yes, it popped, and we'll move on to the next one. Which is unfortunate. Just, I mean, and we'll say it has maybe like 3 threat on it. That could have completely changed the game. So let me know if you guys think it actually popped or not. Let me know if you think this is a fair move here. If we win, I'll feel kind of bad, but if we lose, we had it coming. Anyways. So I think we were in revealing. No, Iron Man was attacking. So he's attacking for 5 plus a boost. Do I want to defend? No. So I will use Alien Physiology to pay for armored defense. He will go ahead and take 3 damage from me. And then he's attacking for 3, 4, 5. And he gets a tough. So I defended for 3. I take 2 points. Trigger this. Allows me to heal back up. But he does get a tough status. My thing goes before the reveal. Okay. Counter card. Oh no! I may flip to alter ego. And I can exhaust this. Yeah. We'll just exhaust this to remove from the game. Okay. Now I can play Husk. I'll go ahead and trigger this to shuffle armored defense back in. And then while I'm at it, I'm going to use my action to find a shapeshift upgrade. And then I will do one, 2, 3, 4. Okay, for Husk. And then I will flip up. And I'm going to trigger Husk. And we'll spend an energy to give her +1, and she'll fort 3 here. She will take a consequential for that. But hopefully we can keep her in. We're ready and draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Threat goes up by 1. Iron Man attacks for 5 plus a boost. I'll defend for 3. 5, 6, 7. I take 4 points. Go back down to 9. We get an encounter card. Shadows of the Past. It was only a matter of time. Super scroll. Scroll business. So he doesn't attack right away. And okay. I defended, so that's why I'm exhausted. It's 7 hit points left. Okay. Can't thwart, so Waylay's not even going to matter. Well, I could do impersonation, but then I wouldn't be able to pay. I mean, I could pay for Waylay. That would only give me 4 hits. If I throw in Misty Knight, well, she could remove the tough, but I don't have a way to attack. I mean, Husk could attack, but doesn't seem like I can defeat him this turn. And I'm okay as long as he doesn't get an advance. So it looks like I should probably take care of Super Scroll. So Alien Physiology will pay for impersonation. Impersonation will remove 4 threat. Then, because I thwarted, I'm going to use these 3 resources to pay for Waylay. After my hero thwarts, deal 4 damage to an enemy, so 4 damage will go on Super Scroll. And then Husk will attack to defeat Super Scroll. She'll take a consequential. And then we'll ready and draw up to 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we have the kill in the next round. I think we can win next round as long as we survive. Threat goes up by 2. Iron Man attacks for 3, 4, 5. Husk will defend 5, 6. She's defeated. And we get an encounter card. Dangerous Recruits comes in with 4 threat. When a minion is defeated, give it to the enemy leader as a face down boost card. Okay. Yeah, so we're going to do 4 resources for Nick Fury, who's going to come in and deal 4 damage to remove the tough. I do, actually. I do. We're good. That removes the tough. Alien Physiology is going to pay for Shapeshifter Strike to deal 5 damage here. It was an event, so I get to trigger my ability to heal 2. And then I will swing for 2. Which defeats Iron Man. He's ranged and aerial. So that defeats Iron Man. That was kind of rough. I did forget about that forced interrupt, so if you think that actually makes me lose the game, that makes sense. Otherwise, I feel like that went pretty well. For all intents and purposes, that was pretty fun. I'm getting the hang of Hulkling a little bit more. I think that I'm going to need to do more events that are attack oriented, maybe. I feel like he can handle threat pretty well. He can definitely defend with armored shape. And I think just the way I play, I like to play carefully. So armored shape is a great card for me. I do really like some of these other shapeshift upgrades. But the main thing I've been using them for so far has just been the double resources. I do particularly like this wing shape too, because it gives you +1 on all your stats. And I think where is it? The Hulk shape is pretty cool because you still get +1 to your defense and 2 to your attack. And then imitation shape is interesting because it's kind of like Nick Fury's suit a little bit. But this was a fun game. I really, really liked it. I kind of want to iterate on this deck a little bit, but we'll see. I think he plays well in Justice. I've played him in Protection some, but we may do another video here of him in Protection up against a different enemy of some kind. We'll see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Let me know if there's anything I missed. I know I probably did. It's been a while since I've actually been able to sit down and play a solo game. But I'm excited. I hope you guys are too. Hopefully we'll be able to keep these videos rolling out as much as possible. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.